Good morning, students. Last class we were completed the solution chapter. Today I will explain the NCERT exercise problems in the solution chapter. Let us see the question number 1, 2.1. Define the term solution. How many types of the solutions are formed? Write briefly about each type of with an example. So before going to this types of solutions, first of all we have to know about the what is the definition of the solution. See, the solution means homogeneous mixture of two or more non-reacting components whose composition can be varied with certain limits. That is called solution. So once again, what is solution means? Homogeneous mixture of two or more non-reacting components whose composition can be varied with certain limits. That is called solutions. So this type of solutions are different types are there. So depending on the nature of the solvent, solutions classified into three types: gaseous solution, liquid solution, solid solutions. Once see the types. So it is total three types are there. Type 1 is gaseous solutions. Gaseous solutions. Then next one is liquid solutions. Third one is solid solutions. So first one is gaseous solution. Let us say the gaseous solution. Again, based on the physical state of the solute, again gaseous solutions are classified into two types. Based on physical state of the solute, gaseous solutions again classified into two types. Then what are the gaseous solution classified into three types. Then what are the three types? Type 1 is gas in gas solution. Next one is liquid in gas solution. Third one is solid in gas solution. Okay, based on the physical state of the solute, again gaseous solution classified into how many types? Three types: gas in gas solution, liquid in gas solution, solid in gas solution. Then what is the example for the gas in gas solutions? Gas in gas solution means air. Example means air contain mixture of N2 plus O2. Here N2 is more component solvent, oxygen is less component solute. So air is there. So solute to solid both are in a gaseous state. Okay. So that's why air is one of the example for gas in gas solution. Next one is liquid in gas solution. Then what is liquid in gas solution? Chloroform mixed in the nitrogen gas. Chloroform CHCl3 chloroform mixed in the nitrogen gas. That is liquid in gas type example for the liquid in gas type solution. So what is the example liquid in gas type solution? Chloroform mixed in the nitrogen gas, or water vapors or humidity in the air. Water vapors or humidity present in the air. That is also example for the liquid in gas type solutions. Next, solid in gas type solutions. Then what are the solid in gas type solution? Camphor in the nitrogen gas. Camphor present in the nitrogen gas. So that is a solid in the gas type solutions. Okay. So in all these three examples, solvent is gas, solute gas or liquid or solid. Okay. But solvent is constant gas. That's why this is a gaseous solutions. Then second one is liquid solutions. Then again, what is a liquid solution? That is next one. Let us see the second one is liquid solutions. Again, based on the physical state of the solute, the liquid solution classified again three types. Then what are the three types? Type 1 is gas in liquid solution. Type 2 is liquid in liquid solution. Type 3 is solid in liquid solution. So first one is gas and liquid solution. Here gas is a solute, liquid is solvent. Okay. So example for gas and liquid type solution: oxygen in the water or carbon dioxide dissolved in the water. Means example is soda water. Soda water is the example for carbon dioxide in water. Okay, so this is the gas and liquid type solution. Oxygen dissolved in the water or carbon dioxide also dissolved in the soda water. That is example for gas and liquid. Okay, then next liquid in liquid type solution. Liquid in liquid type solution, alcohol means ethanol dissolved in water. Okay, alcohol dissolved in water is the example for the liquid in liquid type solution. Next, solid in liquid type solutions. Solid in liquid type solution, sugar or salt in water. Sugar or salt present in the water. So these three are example for the gas in liquid type solution, liquid in liquid type solution, solid in liquid type solution. So in all these three types of common solvent is liquid. Water, here water, here water. Water is a solvent. Okay, solvent physical state is not changes, but solute physical state changes. Here solute is gas, here solute is liquid, here solute is solid. Okay, so that is about the liquid solution types. The next one is solid solution types. Third one. The next one is solid solutions. Again, solid solution classified into three types based on the physical state of the solute. Type 1 is gas in solid solution. Type 2 is liquid in solid solution. Type 3 is solid in solid solution. Okay. Let us see the first one is gas in solid type solution example. Gas in solid type solution example: hydrogen gas absorbed on the platinum metal. Hydrogen gas absorbed on the palladium metal. So that is the example for the gas in solid. So hydrogen gas is absorbed on the palladium metal. The next one is second one is liquid in solid type example: mercury in the sodium or mercury in the zinc. So that is called amalgams. Amalgams means liquid in solid type solution. Amalgam is the component in which the mixture in which one of the component is mercury. Okay, that is amalgamate solution. For example, sodium amalgam, mercury present in the sodium, that is sodium amalgam. Mercury present in the zinc amalgam. Okay, that is about the liquid in solid type solution. Next, solid in solid type solution means mixed solution, mixed metals means alloys. Alloys are example for the solid in solid type. Example, alloys example, brass. Brass means the mixture of copper plus zinc. Next, bronze. bronze, copper plus tin. So these are example for the solid solution. So in these three types, solid is a solvent. Solute, it may be gas or liquid or solid. Okay, but solvent is common, that is solid. Hydrogen observed on the palladium, mercury in the sodium or zinc metal, alloys, mixed metals. So these are example for this item. So this is about the question number 1. Next question number 2. Let us see the second question. Suppose a solid solution is formed between two substances, one whose particles are very large and otherwise the particles are very smaller type of the solid solutions likely to be. You see here the solid solutions are two types. Then first, what are solid solution means? The solution in which solvent is solid, solute also solid, that is solid solutions. That solid solutions are again classified into two types. First one is substitutional solids. Second one is interstitial solids. Okay. First, what is the substantial solids? Substantial solids means in which the solid lattice, the solute particles are replaced by the solvent particles are replaced by the solute particles. That is called substitutional solids. So once again, what is substitution solids means? The solid lattice in which solvent particles are replaced by solute particles, because of in which solute and solvents have the similar size, similar radius. See an example. So this is a solid lattice. Okay, so this is a solid lattice. Here, this is the solute particles. This blue color shading particles are solute particles. This is white color particles are solvent particles. So this is solvent particles. This is solute particles. Both have same size. Okay, same radius. That is about the substitutional solids. So here solid particles or solid ions or solid molecules are replaced by solute particles. Then only form the substitutional solids. Okay. Then second one is interstitial solids. Interstitial solids means this one. So this is the interstitial solids. So in which solute particles occupy the interstitial sites. Okay. Solvent particles. This one is solute particles. Here question means the solid solution is formed between two substances, solute to solid substance. Here also solute to solid substance. Here one of the particle is very large, another one particle is very small. So here both particles are similar size, similar radius. But here the solid lattice in which the solute particles are occupy the interstitial sites of solvent lattice. The solid lattice in which solute particles are occupy the interstitial sites of the solvent particles present in the lattice. So here solute particles is small size, smaller size. Solvent particles are larger size. Okay, so that's why here one of the particle is larger, another one particle is smaller. That is what type of the solids? That is interstitial solids. Here example for interstitial solids is tungsten carbide. Tungsten carbide is one of the example for the interstitial sites. Then substitutional sites example is bronze or brass. Brass or bronze. So these are example for the substitution sites. So tungsten carbide is example for the interstitial carbide. Here carbon particles occupy the voids, octahedral voids of the tungsten lattice. Then only form the interstitial solids. So your answer is interstitial solids, the type of solids. The next one is third one question. So let us see the third one question. Define the terms mole fraction, molarity and mass percentage. Let us see the first one is mole fraction. Mole fraction is represented by the xi. Then what is mole fraction? The ratio between number of moles of one component to the total number of moles of all component in the solution. Is nothing but mole fraction. So what is mole fraction? Mole fraction means the ratio between number of moles of one component to number of moles of one component to the total number of moles of all components in solution. That is called mole fraction. So that is about the definition of mole fraction and formula. Then next one is molality. Second one is molality. It is represented by the small m. Then what is molarity? The number of moles of solute present in the 1 kilogram of solvent. Number of moles of solute present in the 1 kilogram of solvent or 1000 gram of the solvent. That is called molality. Then what is the definition of small m is equal to number of moles of solute present in the 1 kilogram of solvent. Okay, so this is about the formula. Again it can be modified by equal to n means number of moles, weight by gram molecular weight into 1 by W in kilogram. So this is about the definition of molality. Units mole per kilogram. Mole per kilogram. But here mole fraction has no units. Here units are absent because of it is a ratio quantity. Then next third one is molarity. Molarity. It is represented by the capital M. Molarity means number of moles of solute present in the 1 liter solutions. That is called molarity. Number of moles of solute present in the 1 liter of solution is called molarity. Means m is equal to n by v. N means number of moles of solute present in the 1 liter volume of solution. Or it can be modified by the W by gram molecular weight into 1 by v in liters. Okay, so this is about the formula for molarity. What are units? Mole per liter. So mole per liter is the units of molarity. Then last one is mass percentage. Mass percentage. Then what is mass percentage? Mass percentage is represented by the W by W percentage. Means here this is the small w, this is capital W. Okay, W by W percentage. Then what is mass percentage? The mass of the solute present in 100 gram of the solution. Mass of the solute present in the 100 gram of the solutions. That is called mass percentage. Means mass percentage is equal to mass of solute divided by mass of solution. Mass of the solute in grams present in the 100 grams of the solutions. That is called mass percentage. Or it can be written as small w by capital W into 100. Small w means mass of solute, capital W means mass of solution. Okay, then into 100. So this is also one of the formula. Then what are the units? Mass percentage has no units. Okay, so this is about the 4 types. But here one more important point for the public examination: molality and molarity. Which one is depending on temperature? Molarity is depending on temperature. Molality is independent on the temperature. Why? Means here volume term is not there. That's why it is independent on the temperature. Here volume term is present. It is depending on the temperature. Molarity is dependent on the temperature. Molality is independent on the temperature. This is about the third one question. Let us see the question number 4. The concentrated nitric acid used in the laboratory is 68% of nitric acid by mass in aqueous solutions. What should be the molarity? We have to find out the molarity of such a sample of the acid if density of the solution is 1.504 gram per ml. Let us see the point. Before going to the molarity, first of all we have to know about the number of moles of the solute and volume of the solution. Number of moles means here what they know, 68% of nitric acid, percentage by mass of nitric acid means 68 gram of nitric acid in the 100 grams of solution. Okay, so in solution nitric acid, how much nitric acid present in the 100 gram of solution? 68 gram. So the number of moles is equal to weight of solute by gram molecular weight of solute. Weight of solute means here Na nitric acid is solute, that is present in 100 gram of the solution. Here solute is weight 68 gram divided by molecular weight of nitric acid. HNO3 molecular weight hydrogen 1, nitrogen 20, nitrogen 14, oxygen 1 oxygen 16, 3 oxygen 30, 48. Okay, so 1 plus 14 plus 48, then we get 63. So here 63. Then to calculate the 68 by 63, we get 1.079 moles. We get that is the number of moles of the solute. Next, volume of solution. Here what they know, density is equal to weight by volume. Weight of this solution what they know, 100 gram. Next, volume of solution we don't know. So from this formula, volume is equal to weight by density. Here what they can weight 100 grams. Weight of solution is 100 gram divided by density. What they can know? Density is 1.504 gram per ml. Okay, grams to grams cancel. 100 by 1.504, its value is 66.5 ml. Milliliters is becomes to, milliliter inverse becomes to milliliter. So this is milliliter. If it is converting into liters, 0.0665 liters. So we are changing the volume ml into liters. Then next one is molarity. How to find out molarity formula? Molarity means number of moles of the solute present in the 1 liter of solution. Then number m means number of moles. How many moles? Number of moles 1.079 mole present in the volume 0.0665 liters. We calculate this one, then we get a 16.23 mole. Molarity. Molarity means units mole per liter. Okay. So your answer is 16.23. That is the molarity of what is that sample. So this is about the question number 4. Next one is question number 5. Let us see the question number 5. A solution of glucose in water is labeled 10% weight percentage. What would be the molality and mole fraction? We have to find out molality and mole fraction of each component in that solutions. Okay. If the density of solution is 1.2, not 0 to 1.2. 1.2 gram per milliliter, then what shall be the molarity? So we have to find out the 3 points. First one is molality, second one is mole fraction, third one is molarity. Let us see the first 10% weight by weight means 10 gram of glucose in the 100 gram of solution means water. Your solution is nothing but 100 gram of solution. Okay. So 10 gram of glucose means your weight of solute means less quantity na. How many grams? 10 gram. Then weight of solvent means more quantity. 100 gram of solution in which solute is 10 gram, remain 90. 100 minus 10 means you have to subtract the solute from the solution. Then we get the solvent weight. How many grams? 90 grams. Therefore, number of moles of solute glucose. Number of moles of glucose means weight of glucose by gram molecular weight of glucose. Weight of glucose means how many grams? 10 divided by what is gram molecular weight of glucose? 180. Glucose gram molecular weight 180. Its value is 0.0555 mole. So that is the number of moles of what is that glucose completed. Next, number of moles of solvent, water. Number of moles of solvent. Here solvent is water. Okay. Then weight of solvent by gram molecular weight of solvent. Because of it is aqueous solution na. Aqueous solution means that is the water as a solvent. So 90 gram weight divided by water gram molecular weight 18. So its value is 5 mole. So solute moles, solvent moles completed. Then next one is first what is that? Molality. Here one more point. You see here weight of solvent. So here weight of solvent 90 gram or 0.09 kilogram. So this is the weight of solvent. By using these values, we have to find out the first molality, small m. Then what is molality? Molarity is equal to number of moles of solute by weight of solvent in kilogram. Okay. So number of moles of solute means this is glucose solute 0.0555 divided by solvent kilogram 0.09 kilogram. Okay. So this is mole, this is kilogram. Its value 0.617 molality or mole per kilogram. So this is about the molality. Next one is mole fraction. Let us see that one point. So this is molarity completed. Second one is mole fraction. This here mole fraction xi is equal to mole fraction of glucose. Glucose xi equal to number of moles of glucose divided by total number of moles, means number of moles of glucose plus number of moles of water. Total number of moles. Then we get the mole fraction of glucose. Number of moles of glucose means 0.0555. Here already we calculated. Divided by glucose plus water number of moles, means water 5 plus glucose 0.05. So its value is 0.0555 divided by 5.0555. Then we get 0.01, that is the mole fraction of glucose. Then what about the mole fraction of the water? You see here, mole fraction of glucose plus mole fraction of water. Solute plus solvent, always mole fraction is equal to 1. Therefore water mole fraction of water is equal to 1 minus mole fraction of glucose. Okay, so 1 minus 0.01, then what we get? 0. So 1 minus 0.01 means 0.99. Okay, so this is the mole fraction of water, means solvent. This is mole fraction of glucose, solute. This is mole fraction of solvent. Okay, so here second one answer, mole fraction of glucose 0.01, mole fraction of water 0.99. Then next third one is molarity. Let us see the third one. Let us see the molarity. So before going to molarity, here what they given? Density they given. Okay, density of solution. Density is equal to weight by volume, na? Therefore volume of solution is equal to density, weight of the solution by density of the solution. Weight is what they given? Weight of solution. Here weight is 100 gram. Why means 10% weight by weight means 10 gram of the solute present in 100 gram of the solution. So weight of solution is 100 grams divided by density 1.2 gram per ml, gram close. Then 100 by 1.2 means its value 83.33 ml or 0.0833 liters. So this is the volume of solution. Next one is molarity is equal to number of moles of solute divided by volume of solution. Number of moles of solute means already we calculated. What is number of moles? 0.0555 divided by volume of solution means 0.0833. So this is the number of moles divided by liters. Then what we got? 0.0555 divided by 0.0833. Its value is 0.67 molarity. So this is about the molarity. Third one is 0.67 molarity. Molarity means capital M. Molality means small m. That is the difference. This is mole fraction of solute, mole fraction of solvent. This is molarity of solution. So this is about the question number 5. So remaining questions next class we will discuss.